Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Buffalo SportsCenter. I am Don, and today we are going to talk about the future pro soccer team coming to Buffalo, New York. That is USL Buffalo. No, they do not have a name yet. Will it be FC Buffalo or Buffalo FC? Probably. Maybe it could even be Buffalo SC. But either way, we're not going to get something creative, folks. That is not happening. No. But the news today here, folks, is that the USL team that plans to come to Buffalo, who plans to begin playing in 2026, has finally picked a stadium location. Is it in downtown? No. Is it anywhere nice? No. Where is it, you may ask? It's going to be in Buffalo's Valley neighborhood. Yes, so it's not going to be downtown. The site will be located at the corner of Oak Street and Lee Street. If you know where the Madai Sports Complex is, well, I'll show you in a second here visually, but if you know where the Madai Sports Complex is, this stadium will basically just be put on top of that. Now, if you don't remember, Madai, they opened up this very expensive sports complex down at this site about a decade ago. It has a soccer field, a lacrosse field. It can also be a baseball field as well. It's next to a currently in-use chemical plant called PVS, which is apparently important for semiconductors. But that's in this area. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, Madai, due to the exorbitant costs of operating and running a university, plus their incurred debts by building and having to maintain the sports complex, Madai had to shut down. They tried to merge with Trocaire. That didn't work. They closed. So now this is just an empty site. Well, the developers and the group of investors behind this future Buffalo soccer team views this as the perfect location. Now, are people happy about this? No, not really. A lot of people feel that this is yet another decision where people are just taking the easy route instead of trying to speed up economic development in downtown Buffalo. This is another group that have decided to stay away from there. They are going not even to the suburbs either. They're going to the former industrial heart of the city, which is, in my opinion, and this is strictly my opinion and no one else's, it's a dead zone. An economic dead zone. Not even economic, just it's dead. I've been to that Madai Sports Complex. I've played on that soccer field. And from me personally, it smelled like sulfur dioxide, and it was just sad. There was nothing really down there. But the hope is that by building not only this stadium, coupled with the powerhouse entertainment hall right across the street, and with another Topgolf knockoff coming to the area, that this will spur economic development in this neighborhood and create a new, vibrant part of the Buffalo area. But I promised this earlier, but I will get to it. Well, actually, before I get to that, a major reason why the developers of this Buffalo soccer team have picked this site specifically is that this new site will not require any public funds, which is probably a good thing. I mean, even if they asked, would New York State have given it to them, or Erie County? No, probably not. It seems that both of those entities are much more concerned with funding and seeing through this Buffalo Bills stadium down in Orchard Park. So all of the money is going to that. Doesn't really leave much room here for the new soccer stadium, which meant that the owners had to be pragmatic about where they put it. Yes, would it be really cool and ambitious to put it right near KeyBank Center behind the old Buffalo News building? That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. That'd be another thing in the Cobblestone District. But that would have required $20 million in public funding. And that's money that this group of investors simply don't have. Now, this new stadium, which is going to be about 7,600 seat capacity stadium, 10,000 standing room included, this stadium will only cost $10 million. There will be no public funding needed to help build the stadium. So yes, this will be 100% privately funded, privately built, and it will be located in what I call a dead zone. But let me show you guys where this is going to be. So here's a map, of course, Buffalo, and let's zoom in. This is downtown, of course, way over here, over in this area. You can see my cursor, but we're going to go to this area. And like I said, I've been to this part of town before. Not really anything there. So this is where Madai was. This is the soccer field. This is the baseball diamond that I was talking about. Maybe some softball over here. But perhaps most concerningly, this is an active chemical plant. And to have a chemical plant right next to a proposed entertainment district seems to be kind of odd for Buffalo City developers and zone experts and zoners. I assume that this area right here, this little plot of land, is going to be where this Topgolf knockoff area is going to be. I got to stop saying Topgolf knockoff, but I can't remember what the name of that future golf simulating experience is going to be called. But this is where the stadium is going to be. If you drop down to if we drop down the street level, technical difficulties, folks. This is what you're faced with. This is that. It's not updated, but soccer fields are supposed to be back here. So this is where the stadium is going to be. This is what you're looking at. Does this scream economic development, folks? Not quite. Now, it's a little better now because this building is now that powerhouse that I was talking about. You can see it there. This is all developed. It no longer looks like trash. And also those pictures are also kind of outdated. But it's not, this area is not really teeming with life, per se. Not quite. And you can kind of see the powerhouse from that angle. But it's all old industrial plants, very dystopian, very dead. Very dead. So, USL Buffalo, I'm really rooting for them, but to put the stadium in this site, while easy to just plop something right on top of empty space, really feels like they're shooting themselves in the foot. And if you can't tell, this is my opinion. This is very opinionated. This is not rooted in facts. But these are what critics have been saying, and I guess that would make me a critic. But whatever. You can characterize me whatever way you want, whichever way you want. I guess when you have to balance, when everything's on balance, no public funding needed, you have a stadium in an economic dead zone, they sort of balance out, right? You did want to have to ask the state for any funding, but at what cost? The cost is to put your facility in a dead zone. You're really banking on people going to this powerhouse by Rich. You're really banking on this Topgolf thing working out, and you're really hoping that PVS doesn't start pumping a bunch of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, because that would make going to soccer games really uncomfortable. That smell, it's a nasty smell. I don't have to tell you that. Most of you watching this video know. So, but that's the plans. That's where it's going to be. Those are my thoughts. Folks, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the description box down below. I was Don. This is Buffalo Sports Center. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I hope to see all of you in a video coming very, very soon. Bye-bye.